Welcome back. Okay, this next one should be quick. We're going to start on the user interface pretty soon. And I just realized we never actually tested this deployed into the cloud. So, when we ran our tests, they were all run locally. So this is just the last little test. We're going to go serverless deploy, and we'll wait for that to package up and deploy. And once that's packaged up and deployed, it should be available for us to call. So I'm going to bring up Postman. And so this is the localhost calls that we were doing. Over here is the earlier calls we were making to our Lambda endpoint. And we'll just wait for this to update. Now I will also point out that we can do a few more things to get a nicer URL. Something that doesn't have this random bit to it. But for now, this is good enough. I'm just going to leave this for now, and we'll fix that up later. So, as soon as this is updated, what do we want to do? I think we want to, actually this is perfect, portfolio main. So we're going to try to get portfolio main. That's deployed now. Now we make our call. Actually, it's a good thing we did this little test. So it's pretty close, but not quite. So the error I'm getting is unexpected exception, assume role, not authorized, perform, get item, on resource. So I need to point this out. When I run locally, I'm running as myself. Remember that we set up that AWS CLI, and it's running as me, and it has all of those, it's got all of those rights. But when we deploy to Lambda, it's only got the rights that we've granted to it in the serverless YAML. So we're going to go over to serverless, and I'm realizing we're missing a section. So I need to add a section in here to grant us the rights to call DynamoDB. Let's see if I can find something similar in my demo project. Oh, come on. Let's see, not that one. Let's look at another demo project. I'm sure I do. I'm absolutely positive I do. And it's not hard, but I might as well just look it up. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay. And in fact, I can grab this. Yes. Great. Okay. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to add a section under provider, and it's called the IAM stuff. So you remember, what's that stand for? It's basically access management in AWS. Okay, so we're now saying that our serverless function here and everything else in here, we're going to grant some rights. And what are we going to grant? We're saying DynamoDB basically allow every function call on the portfolio table. Let me just check that table name is correct, and it is. Okay, well, if I got a mistake, it should tell me when I try to deploy it. So let's try to deploy that. I got a good feeling. I'm pretty sure that's... Anything else missing? Don't think so. I think it was just DynamoDB. So once it's deployed, we're going to call this again, and we're going to see if our Lambda endpoint can get our data. And when it does, actually I might as well go there. After it does that, I'm probably going to show you something called CloudWatch. So CloudWatch is where AWS does a lot of things actually. One of them is the logs. So it's logging information about your functions. And our function, we have a Lambda function, portfolio dev HTTP handler, right? So we're going to go into this, but after we call it. So back to, I know I'm jumping around, sorry folks. Going back to Visual Studio, and it just deployed, excellent. So now I'm going to call it from Postman, and assuming it works, I'm going to go into CloudWatch. And it does, yay! So that one worked. And I just wanted to show you really quickly, every request gets logged in CloudWatch. And the one we just called, actually we're not doing any logging, so it's pretty boring. It just started and then it ended. Had there been any console log statements in there, they would have shown up in here. In fact, if I go back one, we will actually see start, end, and oh, I guess I wasn't doing logging on the error. Here's one. Unhandled promise rejection. Right. So anyways, I just want to show you CloudWatch. Any console error or any console log or info statement that you run, when you run it in Lambda, good old CloudWatch will actually have your back and record it. So kind of a mixed blessing though. If you run something that executes millions and millions of times and does way more logging than it needs to, it can cost you money. So there's an art to logging the right amount of information in CloudWatch. But that being said, we've just proven that, hey, we're now calling our code and it's up in the cloud. We did it for portfolio main. What about portfolio item? And of course this is going to work. And we're able to get all of the items. And I don't know if you noticed, they're actually ordered in the order by the sort key. So all really good. Okay, next we're going to switch to Elm, and we're going to build a front end to actually access and display this data. See you in the next video. Thank you.